Good evening. So yesterday we learned about the different reproductive events which are taking place in the human reproductive system, and after that we learned about the anatomy of the male reproductive structure, male reproductive system. Now today we will learn about the formation of male gamete inside the primary male sex organ, that is testes. How the gamete, what is the male gamete? Sperm. So formation of sperm inside the testes, and this is called spermatogenesis. It is called spermatogenesis. Now, this spermatogenesis is taking place inside the testes. Spermatogenesis is formation of sperms inside the primary sex organ. And in case of males, it is called spermatogenesis. The primary sex organs are testes, a pair of testes in the males. And this is producing gamete, the male gamete, which are sperms. Now, what happens exactly is the immature male germ cells, which are present inside the wall of the seminiferous tubule. Yesterday, we saw the structure of seminiferous tubule, the sectional view. Inside, you saw that there are male germ cells and there are Sertoli cells. Two types of cells are present inside the seminiferous tubule, male germ cells and Sertoli cells. Now, this male germ cells, which are still immature, they are called spermatogonia. They are called spermatogonia. So many new terms are going to come. You are going to learn many new terms today. So please be very careful and take notes. So spermatogonia is the immature male germ cell which is present inside the seminiferous tubule. Now, this spermatogonia, the singular is called, one cell is called spermatogonium. This spermatogonium is the singular, one cell, and all cells, many cells are called spermatogonia. They produce sperms, and this process is called spermatogenesis. This process is called spermatogenesis, and this begins at puberty. So that means when the boy attains puberty, its spermatogonia, its male germ cells are ready to produce sperms by the process of spermatogenesis. Now, this spermatogonia, as I told you, is present on the inner side of the wall of seminiferous tubule. Inside the seminiferous tubule, there are two types of cells which are present. One are male germ cells and the other one are Sertoli cells. So these male germ cells, they are called spermatogonia. They are present on the inner side of the wall of the seminiferous tubules. Now what happened? They start at puberty, they start multiplying by mitotic cell division, mitosis. Because what is the ploidy of spermatogonia? It's 2n. It's diploid like all other cells of the body.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
this spermatogonia is diploid in nature, and this is undergoing mitosis cell division just to increase in numbers. So all cells which are produced by the mitosis will be having diploid. That is, what is the number of chromosomes for human beings?
23 female, 23 male.
For, yes, 23 in gametes, so 46. So what is the diploid number? 46. So number of yes, so number of chromosomes in
46.
spermatogonia are 46 because
Yes.
spermatogonia is diploid and it is multiplying by mitosis cell division only just to increase the numbers. Now, each spermatogonia is diploid, that is 2n, and contain 46 chromosomes. Now, what happens once it has increased in number? Some of the, now be very careful, understand this, only some of the spermatogonia, they are called primary spermatocysts. So some spermatogonia which will undergo the meiosis cell division, only they are called primary spermatocytes.
Yes, ma'am.
So primary spermatocyte will undergo meiosis cell division. Spermatogonia was undergoing mitosis cell division. Some of the spermatogonia will undergo periodically into the meiosis cell division. Now, meiosis cell division is the reductional division which will reduce the number of chromosomes into half. So, these primary spermatocytes will complete first meiotic division. Do you remember the meiosis cell division you have learned in 11th standard? So after first meiosis, from one parent cell, two daughter cells are produced, which are having half the number of chromosomes. And these two daughter cells will again go into second meiosis division, which is same as mitosis cell division. And they will produce two each, so 4 daughter cells. So what is the result of meiosis cell division? From one parent, 4 daughter cells. Now this primary spermatocyte completes the first meiotic division and it will form 2 equal haploid. Now these cells are haploid because they have been formed by meiosis cell division and they are called secondary spermatocytes. Secondary spermatocytes are having 23 chromosomes each. Now this is again very important 1 mark, 2 mark question and most of you do it wrong. They ask the ploidy of primary spermatocyte and secondary spermatocyte. So primary spermatocytes are diploid, whereas secondary spermatocytes are haploid in nature because secondary spermatocytes are formed after meiosis cell division, that is reductional division. Now this secondary spermatocyte will undergo second meiotic division. As I told you that in meiosis, if you remember, one parent cell will give 2 daughter cells after first meiosis cell division, and then these daughter cells will further give 2 daughter cells each after second meiosis cell division. So on the whole, one parent cell is giving rise to 4 daughter cells. in meiosis cell division. So the secondary spermatocytes undergo second meiotic division and they will produce 4 equal haploid. They are again haploid because now the second meiosis division is same as mitosis. So they will produce 4 equal haploid and these structures are called spermatids. So spermatogonia, then primary spermatocyst, secondary spermatocyte, and then spermatids. Remember, spermatogonia, primary spermatocyte, secondary spermatocyte, and spermatids.
Spermatids.
Now these spermatids are transformed. Now this is transformation, no division. There is difference between division and transformation. Transformation means changing the shape. So these spermatid cells, they will transformed into spermatozoa. Spermatozoa means sperms. These spermatids, they are transformed into spermatozoa, which are sperms, the another name for sperms. And this process is called spermiogenesis. The earlier one was spermatogenesis. This is spermiogenesis. Transformation of spermatids into spermatozoa. So what is the ploidy of spermatids? What is the ploidy of haploid? And what is the ploidy of spermatozoa?
Diploid.
What is the ploidy of spermatids? Haploid.
Haploid.
Okay. Now this haploid cell is transformed into spermatozoa. So what is the ploidy of spermatozoa?
Diploid.
Haploid. Haploid
Haploid.
only. Haploid only. And this is the male gamete, sperm. So it is having 23. Number of chromosomes is 23.
23.
And this process is called spermiogenesis. Now just see this flow chart. Now you tell me the ploidy of each and every cell. Spermatogonium. Write in bracket diploid 2n. Diploid 2n 46 chromosomes. And this will undergo which type of cell division?
Primary.
Mitosis.
Mitosis. Very good. Right, mitosis. This will undergo mitosis cell division and not all, few of them. And they will form primary spermatocytes. And what is the ploidy of primary spermatocytes?
Haploid.
Haploid.
Diploid. Right? Yes. Bracket में लिखो 2n 46 chromosomes. Because till now there is no meiosis which has taken place, only mitosis. Now this primary spermatocyte will undergo which cell division? Meiosis. This will undergo meiosis cell division and this will form secondary spermatocyte. What is the ploidy of secondary spermatocyte?
Haploid.
Very good. Haploid. So write in bracket N, haploid, 23 chromosomes.
Secondary.
Now this secondary spermatocyte will undergo second meiosis division and will form spermatids. So how many spermatids will be formed from one primary spermatocyte? 4.
4.
From one primary spermatocyte, 2 secondary spermatocytes will be formed, and from each spermatocyte, 2 spermatids will be formed. So from one primary spermatocyte, 4 spermatids will be formed. And these spermatids are all haploid. N, 23 chromosomes. And these spermatids will get transformed. Transformed means only the change in shape, not the division. And they get converted into spermatozoa. Spermatozoa are sperms. So spermatozoa are also haploid in nature, and sperms are having 23 chromosomes in them. Clear?
Yes.
Is it clear or should I repeat it?
Ma'am, repeat.
Okay. Okay, let me repeat for you. In testes, the seminiferous tubules are present. Okay. Inside the seminiferous tubules, in the 2 type of cells are present, male germ cell and Sertoli cells. Okay. Now these male germ cells, when the boy attains puberty, these male germ cells, they are called spermatogonium. Singular is spermatogonium and plural is spermatogonia. Now these spermatogonia, they will undergo the cell mitosis, cell division, to increase the number of cells. And when they are increasing the number of cell by mitosis, the number of chromosomes remains same, because mitosis is equational cell division. So some of them, not all, some of them will undergo the process of meiosis, and they are called primary spermatocytes. These primary spermatocytes will undergo the meiosis cell division, that is reductional cell division. So primary spermatocytes are having 46 chromosomes and their ploidy is diploid. They will undergo first meiosis cell division to produce, each primary spermatocyte will produce 2 secondary spermatocytes. And both these secondary spermatocytes will have haploid. Ploidy is haploid. They are having 23 chromosomes. That is half the number of chromosomes, because they are formed by meiosis cell division, which these primary spermatocytes have undergone. Now, these secondary spermatocytes will undergo second meiosis cell division, which is same as mitosis. If you remember your meiosis cell division content of class 11th, this will undergo second meiosis cell division, and this will form 4 spermatids. One primary spermatocyte will give 4 spermatids. Each secondary spermatocyte will give 2 spermatids.
Yes.
So from one primary spermatocyte, 4 spermatids will be formed, and all these spermatids are haploid in nature, n number, having 23 number of chromosomes. And these will then transformed. Remember, this is transformation, not division. So this transformation will give rise to a new shape that is called spermatozoa, sperms. They are called sperms. And sperms are also haploid in nature, having 23 chromosomes. Clear? And this transformation process is called spermiogenesis.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
this is called spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis followed by spermiogenesis. And after spermiogenesis, the sperm head, because once it has got transformed into spermatozoa, its structure is head, neck, and tail. We are going to study the structure of sperm. So the head of the sperm will embedded in the Sertoli cells. Now Sertoli cells are also present inside the seminiferous tubules. So the head of the sperm will get embedded into the Sertoli cell. And then finally the sperms are released from the seminiferous tubules by the process which is called spermiation. This process is called spermiation.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is the from seminiferous tubule, they will go to vasa efferentia through rete testes. From vasa efferentia to epididymis, from epididymis to vas deferens. Vas deferens will loop over the urinary bladder, and then it will form the ejaculatory duct with having all the secretions from the glands, and then ultimately it will enter into urethra, and this semen, the plasma with the sperms can go out, can be released by an opening which is called urethral meatus. So this release of sperm is called spermiation. Now, as I told you, all these processes are under hormonal control. So now we will see what are the hormones which are controlling the process of spermatogenesis. Okay, but before that, let me show you the diagram so that it will become more clear. First of all, just see this diagram. Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
This I
Yes,
showed
ma'am.
you yesterday. Yesterday also we have seen this. Now this is the sectional view of seminiferous tubule. This is one tubule. Okay. This is section of one tubule. Now inside the tubule you will find two types of cells. These are male germ cells and these are Sertoli cells. Okay. Now what happens? Outside is the interstitial cells, Leydig cells, which are also called Leydig cells. Now, inside the sperms are produced inside the seminiferous tubule. So, what happens? Here you will find epithelium, then the immature germ cells, spermatogonium. Now, these spermatogonia will undergo mitosis and they will form primary spermatocyte, then secondary spermatocytes, then spermatids, and then ultimately sperms. These are the sperms. Okay. Now, just see this diagram. This has all. This is testes. Inside the testes, here you are, these are what? Seminiferous tubules. Now this is the cross section of seminiferous tubule. Now inside seminiferous tubule, you will find spermatogonium. These are the spermatogonium. They will undergo mitosis, cell division, and they will form primary spermatocytes. Clear? Now these primary spermatocytes are 2n because they have been formed from spermatogonia by mitosis, cell division. Here you can see the number of chromosomes also. Suppose we have started with 2 chromosomes, they will increase in number. By mitosis, they will keep on increasing the number. Some of the spermatogonia will go on a further mitosis, cell division to form primary spermatocyte. This primary spermatocyte is also 2n. Now this primary spermatocyte will undergo meiosis first division, meiosis 1, and it will form two daughter cells, which are secondary spermatocytes, and they are having half the number of chromosomes, 23, 23. If this is 46, this is 23, 23. Now each spermatocyte, each secondary spermatocyte will undergo second meiotic cell division, and they will form, each will form two. This will form two, and this will also form two. So from one primary spermatocyte, 4 spermatids will be formed. And these 4 spermatids are haploid in nature, half the number of chromosomes. That means they all are having 23 chromosomes. Now there is transformation of these spermatids into sperm or spermatozoa, and this transformation is called spermiogenesis. This is spermatogenesis, this is spermiogenesis, and the sperm shape has come. This is head, this is tail, and these mature sperms are formed, and these mature sperms are all haploid in nature, having n number of chromosomes, that is 23 for human beings. So this is the structure. Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll show you another diagram also. This is spermatogonia, which is the male germ cell. This will undergo mitosis, cell division, and will form primary spermatocyte. This is also 2n. Then this will undergo meiosis, cell division, and will form secondary spermatocytes. Now secondary spermatocytes are haploid in nature, n. Now they will undergo second meiosis, cell division, and they will form spermatids. Spermatids are also n, haploid, and these spermatids will transformed into spermatozoa or sperms. Now sperms are having head, neck, and tail. This we will discuss in detail, the structure of the sperm. So sperms are formed. Clear? Just see the major events in the life of a sperm. Spermatogenesis, first mitosis, then meiosis, then spermiogenesis. What is spermiogenesis? Transformation of spermatids into sperms. So sperm will get the different shape and structure, and this structure is having head, midpiece, and tail. Now in the lifespan of the spermatozoa, that is the sperms, puberty through life, 30 into 10 raised to the power 6 per day sperms are produced. 60 to 75 days for sperm production, 10 to 14 days for transport through epididymis, and in every ejaculation, that means in one ejaculation, there are 20 to 100 million per milliliter of ejaculation. This is milliliter of semen. Semen is sperms with seminal plasma, which comes out through the urethral meatus opening. And every ejaculation, one ejaculation is having 20 to 100 million sperms. Now see this diagram. This is again same. This is the wall of the seminiferous tubule. First is the spermatogonia. Inside the wall, there are two types of cells, the spermatogonia and the Sertoli cells. Spermatogonia, then it will increase in number by mitosis, form primary spermatocyte, then secondary spermatocyte, and then spermatids. These are spermatids, blue in color. And these spermatids will get transformed into spermatozoa, which are sperms. Now, once they are ready, before they get released from the testes, they get embedded into the Sertoli cells for nutrition, because Sertoli cell is for the nutrition. So they get embedded into the Sertoli. Can you see this? This is
Yes, ma'am.
Sertoli cell and this is head of the sperm. So they get embedded into their heads get embedded into the Sertoli cell, and they will remain here before the release. And once the sperms are ready, they are released outside the testes through vasa efferentia by rete testes. Clear? Now we will see what are the hormones which are controlling this process. At puberty, if you remember, you have done endocrine system in 11th. The hypothalamus is present in our brain. This hypothalamus secretes gonadotropin releasing hormones.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
this gonadotropin releasing hormone will act on the anterior pituitary gland. This gonadotropin releasing hormone will act on the anterior pituitary gland, and it stimulates secretion of two gonadotropins. What are these two gonadotropins? Luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone. Luteinizing hormone, you can remember LL. Luteinizing hormone acts at the Leydig cells. Where are Leydig cells present? Interstitial cells outside the seminiferous tubule. So this luteinizing hormone acts at the Leydig cells and stimulates synthesis and secretion of androgens. This is again very important 1 mark question. Luteinizing hormone is acting on Leydig cells to secrete androgens. Now, androgens, what is the role of androgens? Androgens are stimulating the process of spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis. Two processes are there, spermatogenesis and spermiogenesis. Spermatogenesis is under the control of androgens. These androgens are being synthesized and secreted by Leydig cells. The second gonadotropin hormone is follicle stimulating hormone. This acts on Sertoli cells. Sertoli cells are inside the seminiferous tubules and stimulate secretion of some factors that help in the process of spermiogenesis. So, FSH is controlling spermiogenesis and LH is controlling spermatogenesis. So this is all about the process of spermatogenesis. Is it clear? So today we have learned how the male gamete sperm is produced inside the primary sex organ testes. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Just go through this topic, and if there is any doubt, write it down and ask me tomorrow.